What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have re-signed wide receiver Khadarel Hodge. Khadarel Hodge signs a 2-year deal worth $6 million. And Khadarel Hodge did make the Pro Bowl last season as a special teams ace. He was our best special teams player last season. But he also played really well at the wide receiver spot at times for us last year in that reserve role. He did have the game-winning touchdown in that Thursday night football game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in overtime, where it's the walk-off touchdown. And Khadarel Hodge is one of those players that every team needs. He's that glue guy, that role player that is like a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot of different things. But every time he was called upon last year, he stepped up, whether it was on offense, playing that wide receiver spot, whether it was him making a play on special teams, blocking a punt, recovering a muff punt. He did it all last season. So I'm glad to see that the Falcons rewarded him with the new contract because he was really consistent, and he has been consistent since he's been an Atlanta Falcon. He's one of those guys, like I said, that's very reliable. So shouts out to Red on getting that new contract. Also today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Falcons have re-signed defensive lineman TaQuon. He signs a 1-year deal with our Atlanta Falcons to come back to the team as well. And TaQuon is one of those guys that has dealt with some injuries, but he is one of those guys that I think could develop into a pretty good rotational piece. He's a guy that's very versatile. You can use him as a 3-tech. You can use him as a defensive end, a traditional defensive end. But he is one of those guys that's very disruptive, a guy that can push the pocket, a guy that can collapse the pocket. And he is one of those guys early in his career, in his rookie season, that had a really bright future before getting injured. And I really think that the Falcons believe that they can develop him, especially with us losing Grady Jarrett. He's a player that's similar to Grady Jarrett, a little bit undersized as far as playing on the interior of the defensive line, but he's a really strong player, a guy that's really good at using his hands, really good with the bull rush, and he does have really good short area quickness, similar to a Grady Jarrett. So he's one of those guys that's was being mentored by Grady Jarrett over the last couple seasons, and now that Grady Jarrett is a Chicago Bear, I definitely think that if TaQuon can bounce back from his injuries, I definitely think he can turn into a solid rotational piece on that defensive line for us. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on TaQuon re-signing with the team. Give me your thoughts on Khadarel Hodge signing back with the Atlanta Falcons as well. I have a lot more content coming for you guys, but as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.